and from that moment on, the legs he had healed would be taken away. Just then, her brother called her, asking her to marry into a rich family, so her younger sister wouldn't become a widow. What her brother didn't know was that the woman was the same age as her sister. Feeling completely defeated, she agreed to his request. After collecting herself, she went to negotiate with her brother. The condition for the marriage was that her sister's two properties worth $1.6 billion would be transferred to her. After some back and forth, her brother reluctantly agreed. Before leaving, the woman demanded that her brother keep the marriage a secret, otherwise she might change her mind. Back home, the woman summoned the system, telling it that she no longer wanted to pursue the man. The system warned her that if she severed the bond, the man's body would return to its original state, and she would suffer the consequences. The next day was the old lady's birthday celebration. The man came with the woman to maintain his public image. Guests praised the couple, and the sister became enraged. She secretly drugged the old lady's drink, telling her she was about to marry into a rich family, and envied the woman's happiness. Upon hearing this, the grandmother scolded the woman, completely forgetting that the woman was her own granddaughter. In an attempt to make up for her sister, the grandmother gave her a family heirloom jade bracelet. Unexpectedly, the man immediately opposed, saying it was unfair to the woman. What he didn't know was that the woman had already seen through his little game, and that he was just trying to make things difficult for the sister. In order to catch her attention, the grandmother scolded the woman, saying she wanted the bracelet but had to get the man's approval. The sister pretended to ask the woman to give it to her, but this only sparked the woman's competitive spirit. She then challenged her sister, and they began bidding back and forth, with the higher bidder winning, and they could only use their own assets to bid. The sister thought she had already won, not knowing that the two properties under her name were now owned by the woman. Just as the woman was about to win, the man couldn't stand it any longer, and soon his man injected money into the sister's bid. Only the woman knew his true identity. She gave him a meaningful glance, but the man pretended to be clueless, comforting her. At that moment, the brother quietly told the grandmother about the woman's plan to marry someone else. To protect the big picture, the grandmother immediately called off the bet. However, during dinner, the sister refused to give up, and tried to make a scene by spilling soup on the woman. Without a word, the woman slapped her, ordering her to clean up immediately. As they confronted each other, the chandelier above them suddenly fell. To everyone's surprise, the man immediately shielded the sister, while the woman hit her head on the wall and passed out. When the woman woke up in the hospital, she saw an intimate scene between the two of them. Furious, she immediately slapped the man. The sister pretended to mediate, but was also slapped by the woman. Thinking it was over, they prepared to go home, but on their way, they encountered a notorious thug. As the man pretended to get out of the car to negotiate with the thug, the woman took the chance to escape, only to fall into the thug's hands. The thug threatened that she had to either take 100 slaps, or he would break the man's legs, forcing the woman to choose. The man believed the woman would take the slaps for him, but the next second, the woman told them to do whatever they wanted. The sister, unable to resist, begged the man. Seeing this, the man exchanged a look with his man, and they proceeded to slap the woman 100 times. Watching the man and sister laugh, the woman swore she would make them pay. Just then, dozens of luxury cars suddenly appeared.